Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, the 9th of March, 2023. We have unemployment claims at 8:30. We had, and then tomorrow we have NFP, non-farm employment at 8:30 a.m. The big one. Just be mindful of that. Okay, it's NFP Friday tomorrow, first Friday of every month. So that is coming up. Just to clear up why it's not the first Friday of March, because February is the shortest month, there's not enough time to prepare for it. So it should have been last Friday, March 3rd, if it was to roll with the NFP rule of thumb being the first Friday of the month. However, it is actually the 10th of March, so it's the second Friday for March. NFP drops tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Make sure your trades are off before that and wait for the volatility to absorb into the market. Let's look at the S&P 500. Okay, held at 4,000. Okay, seems to have held at 4,000 on the daily, at least, in anticipation of tomorrow. Oh my God. Hang on. Okay, and returning to the upside. For now, could be going into like another little arrow-shaped thing and then choosing a direction, but holding at 4,000 for now on the S&P 500. Okay, it's not the waterfall decline that that we have seen in the past. Again, this one could turn around and just continue smashing to the downside, but it's holding at 4,000. So I'm going to turn that to a demand zone just for now, and we're holding at 4,000 demand on US30. On the S&P 500. US30 is holding at 33,000. Okay, as well on the daily. Okay, holding there. Waiting to see something like this, continuation down to 32,000. But we're holding at the moment at this demand zone of 33,000. Okay, it's holding there. You can see it. Otherwise, we would have had another collapse today. But again, NFP tomorrow, so looking forward to that for any strong directional push. On the 4-hour, okay, it's still kind of in this range, to be honest. The 33,000, 32,500, and 34,500 range. Now, if you look at it like this, it could very well go back up to 34,500 if it holds this bottom here. We need to see it collapse past 32,500 for it to be quite moving into a downtrend. So until I see that, it's still technically in this range. Okay, 32,500, 34,500. So it needs to break below this. So I'm looking to see this kind of action, maybe at NFP. Yeah, that kind of thing. All right, to the downside. At the moment, it's holding here. 32,500 has provided the floor of demand. Okay. Yeah. And it's going towards 33,000 demand. Supply. Which is significant because 33,000 has been the main floor of demand for the past few months. Okay. So it has dropped to a new level of demand. It's sitting in this area, and I'm anticipating further downside, but obviously we've got a lot of imbalance here as well that could fill, and today will be interesting, especially tomorrow will be interesting. I'm looking for a direction tomorrow. If we get a kick tomorrow with NFP to the downside, then we can continue just selling our skewed bearish mean reversion. But yeah, it's kind of sitting at the bottom of this area at the moment. So it's either way. I'm not going to put a skew or a trend direction on this at the moment. Like we could be at the end of this downtrend, sitting at 32,500 demand in this range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it could very well kick out the bottom here, back up to this area, right? 1 hour. Let's look at what's happening on 1 hour. Had this nice downtrend, kicked out of that, kicked to the upside, ran out of steam. It was that high time frame pullback that we'd been anticipating, and now we're holding here, and it seems to be rejecting supply of 33,000 right now on the 1 hour. So maybe we see this kind of action from around here. Okay. There's nowhere really I can put a trend line or anything at the moment. It's just kind of floating around. Let's just log in 33,000 there to show that line in the sand. All right. But there's a lot of imbalance to fill here. So let's go down to the 1 minute now and have a look at trading options. It's still skewed at the downside, but yesterday we looked at only trading sell up to the top of the band. So this news come out at 10, but this bunched up price action throughout the entire session after this huge drop. I didn't touch it. After these leaks to the downside, you probably could have bought, but pretty weird price action yesterday. Bottoming price action. It held, came back to its came back to the open at the end of the day. So it's pure mean reversion. Minimal movement through the entire Asian session, London session, and then it kicked straight out of the mid into the upside. What we're seeing now is, kind of a strong uptrend, like on the intraday. I need to see this pull back here first, then I can look to sell. Okay, so I want to see a deep pullback. If it holds here and just keeps grinding to the upside, I don't want to sell it. I need to pull back first, and then I can look at a sell. And then you can look at something like this. Okay, and you could definitely buy today for sure. Just because of how far it's come up, it hasn't kicked to the downside out of the medium. So if you get a order that comes down here, just be vigilant. But here's demand, probably come underneath demand a little bit. You can grab a trade there. But yeah, it looks pretty safe to trade today. Just be mindful that it's kicked out of the medium, but it's not, the trajectory isn't harsh. It's not this kind of action. It's pretty zigzaggy. Right. It's just if it smashes through a pace through here, that's what we're worried about. But any kind of selling through here, you get any sells in this area on the 1 hour here. This is a nice selling zone here. Right. Anything that comes up into that area, it's still, it's still downward pressure. Like, look at this. Okay, it's a waterfall decline. It's pushing to the downside. So let's look at any pullbacks as an opportunity to trade. If we look at our immediate supply zones to the left, we've just touched the first one, and then the second one through here, right, off this kick here. It's pretty weird price action at the moment. There's a lot of imbalance to the left there, but already this looks tradable. Yeah. It's pretty slow, cruisy. Nothing like this. You see what I mean by that? There's no strong pressure against the upper black river band, and that's what I'm looking for to stay out of. So anything that kind of comes up into this area here, these trades will probably work. These ones that we had the other day, we can just pull them across now. And definitely, maybe extend your take profits out a little bit. So just be patient, practice patience and waiting. If you miss it, you miss it. Like I'm so disconnected from this now. I don't care if I miss a trade, and it's like very difficult to remember what it felt like to care. But it's really nice, and when that good day comes during the week, or those couple of good days come during the week, you make that money, and just this week it hasn't been a favorable week for trading. It just hasn't. We had this. It's one of those weeks where it pushes the upside. Friday we had this massive push to the upside. Monday we had not much. Tuesday the collapse. Yesterday not much. We did have buying opportunity yesterday. If you were here and you were vigilant, you saw this pattern, you would have known that you could have taken a buy there, just because of the zigzagging action. And then there's definitely some trades today. So just wait for it to come back up into the top area here and just jump over supply a little bit, before getting in, just for a better risk reward. And happy trading. Cheers. NFP tomorrow. Remember that. Cheers.